Hello, I'm making this video because you know why, and it's gonna be quicker than usual, but obviously I'm gonna try making it about a little above about 3 minutes or so, because I don't want to end up on the YouTube Shorts feed or something. Well, anyway, uh, the topic of today's video, uh, basically music taste. Your music taste does not determine if the person you're dating is going to be the best person or not most of the time. If it's like their entire uh lifestyle, probably, because unless they're an actual music artist, it doesn't make much sense, you know? And people say, if you have the same music taste as me, that means uh you instantly qualify as dateable, and you can easily dismiss this as bullshit because, well, somebody could have the same music taste as you but listen to it for completely different reasons. Like, for example, for me, I like listening to some Beatles, some old hip hop albums or whatever, and maybe a bit of like modern indie rock or something like that, and I could find somebody who has the same taste as me. I'm listening to it because I enjoy music, but that's the most generic thing you could say. The most complicated thing I could say is it makes me feel giggity, or something like that. But for some people, they'll listen to music like that because it reminds them of a certain era they probably didn't even live in, or because it reminds them of their parents and how much of a better time it was, or whatever, or this specific thing and these specific reasons because it reminds me of these people, or I like to listen to it because it gives me a certain style, or I only listen to this music when I'm in this situation, or I developed my music taste because everybody else told me to and I actually don't like the music. I just say that I do because everybody else says it. Like, that's whatever. Like, for example, of I just listen to music because it's the popular thing to do. Kendrick Lamar. Now, I'm not saying he's a terrible artist or anything. He's just, or Kendrick Lamar. I don't hate him. Like I said, I don't exactly hate him because I don't know anything with the Drake or Kendrick beef or whatever. But a lot of the people who listen to the song Not Like Us just listen to it because it was the popular thing to do. Not even because they liked the song. These people that were listening to it, they don't even like that kind of music. They were just doing it because everybody else was doing it. Like, there are some people who are genuinely like that. I'm not saying those are all people who are like that, but I'm just saying, like, you're gonna have maybe that one person, or that one person you heard of that's like, they'll only listen to songs you like just because it's the popular thing to do. Like, I know some people who are like, they won't even start friendships just because, oh, you didn't like this one song by this one artist nobody's heard of. Like, of course they haven't heard of it. Nobody's heard of them. But even if you have, it's like, what's even the point if you're just all on one thing? Like, what? It's just weird. Like, you can understand to a certain degree if, oh, you're having a really great relationship and they just so happen to have the same music taste as you. That's a bonus plus if that is the case. But if you ask me, I'd rather have a partner who has absolutely different music tastes, fully, entirely, with just different sounds and different ways it changes your ear entirely compared to what I listen to. That is like the so just exact opposite. That I'd rather have that than, and like get along with them and everything and have a great relationship, than somebody who has like the same music taste as me but hates everything else about my life, you know? Because not to say that all extreme, like, hardcore fans are like this, but there are people who just take their music way too seriously. Like, they take it like it's freaking, like, World War III if you didn't listen to freaking, I don't know, Tonight by John Mayer or something. But still, it's like, I know it's a preference, but it's one of those preferences where it's like, that shouldn't even be really a preference. Now, I can understand if it's like I said, if it's like something that you would like to come along with it, but make it one of your preferences. Don't make it like your only preference or your biggest preference, because then you'll start looking suspicious or whatever. You know, like, I can understand if that's one of your things, but don't make it like the entire thing, because then you'll just look like one of those people who freaking just hate people because they liked that one song that everybody else hates, or didn't love that one song that everybody else loved. Like, bro, just because you have a certain music taste doesn't mean you're superior to me, okay? Like, a lot of you people just gotta calm down. Now, I do know people who have very different music tastes than me. I'm still good friends with them and everything, you know? You just gotta not take it too extreme where, you know, you gotta separate fiction from reality. You know, not everybody's gonna be into like I said before, a Kendrick Lamar or a Taylor Swift or Beatles or whatever else comes into the future, or whatever music they got now. But yeah, all that said and done, yeah, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. For a lot of that should have been like a 3-4 minute video. I just rambled on because, boy oh boy, people will just defend some people to the very end because you didn't like this one song that they made or something. I don't know. But I'm just glad I don't have those people like in my life where it's like all they talk about is music, whatever. I can understand if you're passionate about it. Just don't like get to a point where it's like that's all you are, you know? Like, music shouldn't just define you as a person, is what I'm trying to say. I should have said that way in the beginning of this video so it wouldn't have been as long as it was. But like I said, I'm just rambling on here. Anyway, yeah, I don't have nothing else to say other than don't immediately judge people just because they listen to some music you don't expect them to listen to, I guess, or whatever. Or because they didn't have the exact same music tastes. Like, who gives a crap, man? Like, as long as it's good and you're not trying to ruin everybody's life because of it, you'll be fine, I hope. Anyway, have a nice day, probably. And I'll see you later, probably. Bye!